My name is Robert Warren. I work at the Anglo-American University in Prague, in the Malá Strana. I teach subjects like political geography and media in democracy. And I run international projects yearly to developing countries to help expose students to different environments and ways of life. I think for young people to be active is essential. I think it's also very challenging. The most important reason why you're active is because it creates opportunities. The more things you say yes to, then the more opportunities will come, and you'll generate a snowball of positive experience. In today's world, we face more and more challenges. It can seem very daunting to face those challenges down, but by pushing yourself and encouraging yourself, you will be surprised at the results that come. When you're looking for opportunities, when you're looking for places where you can have some influence, I think the key is to find a community that suits you. So you have to ask yourself, what is it you really want to be involved with? And you then will look for those people to connect with. This is the most essential thing. You can join Model United Nations Club, for example, in the university where I teach. You can join cinema clubs or yoga clubs. Just reaching out, and I think understanding that however you feel about a subject, many others will feel just like you. So the aim is to find like-minded people, and then you'll have so much more capacity to achieve the things you want to. I think the biggest challenge that we face today is that there are too many challenges to face, and it's sometimes overwhelming. There's too much information, there's too many things being fed to us, and we don't really have any grasp on how we can really address these issues. So how do you overcome that? Well, by choosing the specific area that you believe is most valuable to you, and not trying to change the world, but just trying to change the immediate surroundings around you. Okay? Each of us has a specific impact on our environment. We can't expect to have massive global change. Just start with what you know. Don't overwhelm yourself. I think that's probably the best advice I can give to enacting any kind of change. During one of the international projects, which I run at Anglo-American University, we traveled to Rio de Janeiro in Brazil, and we were living in the city of God, Favela. And it's quite a dangerous place, but the people there are very lovely. But one of my students during this period had a necklace stolen from her when she was walking down the street. And she chased after the man and grabbed him, and he threatened her and said, leave me alone. And she was terrified by the experience. It was a very scary experience for all of us because we didn't know if she was going to be okay. After the project finished, when we came back to Prague, we did a big presentation to show everybody our project, and I was very worried that she would tell everybody how dangerous Brazil was and how scared she was with this experience, but it was the opposite. She spoke about the project in the most positive way of all the students. She said that it was the most formative experience of her life, that she gained so much understanding of different communities. On one of my international projects to Sri Lanka in the Indian Ocean, one of my students got sick. He was bitten by a mosquito and he got dengue fever. And it's a very dangerous disease and it can potentially kill you. And he was very sick, and he went to the ICU in the hospital in Colombo, and me and all of my students went there to visit him. And there were 4 or 5 days when it was kind of hit and miss. We weren't too sure how things were going to turn out. In the end, of course, he was fine, and he recovered, and everything was great. But that experience was very shocking for him, and for me as the team leader, and for my students as participants. But when we came back from Sri Lanka to Prague, to show the university students and tell them about everything we've done. The experience of getting dengue and the experience of seeing one of our close friends almost die actually ended up being one of the most special experiences we had. It was a formative experience that helped us to learn the realities of different parts of the world, which took us outside of our comfort zone, took us out of our bubble, and just gave us valuable perspective. I would say that the 3 most important factors for being active are confidence, community, and compassion.